to my channel. As you can see, I'm riding the Hot Mess Express today, but we have made it a little bit better by creating this gorgeous look that I did. So yeah, if you guys are interested, please keep watching. Also, make sure you like and subscribe. Babe, keep it down. Okay guys, so I have already put on my eyebrows and my foundation for my forehead and like eye area, and I have also concealed and set my forehead only. So what I'm gonna do now is I have my eyebrows on, so I am gonna just use a small mirror like from a highlighter and get my concealer unscrewed. And I really don't want a whole lot on the brush, because what a lot of people make the mistake of doing is just caking it onto their face, and what that does is it just sinks into your like creases and fine lines and makes them more defined, and you don't want to do that because it just makes yourself look older. So you're just gonna get a little bit on your brush and dab it on there.
Buzzing, buzzing, and we're humming, humming, and we're loving, loving all day. Flying high like
okay, so after this douchebag on his motorcycle finishes going off, I'm going to get my beauty sponge that I've been using. I used it to do everything up to this point that I needed a sponge for or a brush for, so I am just going to start blending this down. And I generally use these same products every single day. If I'm using a new product, why did words get so hard for me all of a sudden? If I'm using a new product, I'll let y'all know, but like right now I'm just using my good products, because last time I bought makeup, like I treated myself a little bit. So my foundation that I'm using is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the color Vanilla, the shade Vanilla. So now that we're all concealed, we're gonna go in with our setting powder, and just using a really, really light thin layer, we're gonna just stamp up in these areas. And as y'all can see, this side got a little bit more product than the other, and I'm just gonna blend that down because we don't want to bake over here in these areas that we're setting, because you don't want to put too much of these setting products in your forehead or underneath your eyes, because it is going to sink into your fine lines and creases and create the illusion of really bad wrinkles, and no one wants that. That's kind of the whole reason we use makeup, is to cover up those things. So after you feel that that is adequately set up there, you're just going to go ahead and hit it with your setting spray and let that dry down real quick. And you want to like keep your freaking forehead as like still as possible. Okay, so when you feel that has dried down, you're going to take your little sponge and just like guarantee it. And boom. Okay, so forehead done. You're not touching it again until you hit it with your freaking bronzer. Okay? Moving on. Now we're gonna do our eyes, and lost my train of thought, and I need to drink water. So I have unfortunately inherited the long line of the WTF face where we just raise our freaking forehead like all the way up, and for that I have premature mother effing wrinkles. So I'm really trying to be super careful with my forehead these days, because I can't afford Botox at this point in my life. Oh, I love that setting powder. So the setting powder that I'm using is the Jeffree Star setting powder, and oh my gosh, y'all, it smells so good. It smells like cotton candy, like Disney cotton candy. It do. It really do. Okay, so for my eyes, I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm gonna use the color Silk Cream first. Y'all, I don't know the names, I just know the colors, so I'm gonna be looking at the back of the palette to tell you what I'm using. It's this shade right here, the third shade in, and I'm just gonna pick it up on a clean, fluffy blending brush, and I'm picking up a real light amount because this is just gonna be our little transition shade. All right, so now for my next brush, I'm gonna use the Farrah, and this is the, shoot, I need some glasses, y'all. I'm getting too old. 35E. I love this brush. I love how just fluffy and big it is. And I love this tip. It just looks so sleek and cute. So now I'm going to use the shade that is right next to that Silk Cream shade, and it is MFEO. I don't know what that means. If you know what that means, please leave it in a comment, because I'm just not with it. I'm not with the times. And you're just going to pop this right over that shade we were just on. And you're going to let it go a little bit higher right onto the bottom of that brow bone.
While we float with the breeze, cause we're buzzing, and we're humming, and we're loving all day. Yeah.
Okay. So now that I've got this on, y'all, you could literally stop with your eyes right here and pop on like a pair of like really like light and airy, just real girly lashes and be like, oh, hi. Want to buy me coffee? I don't need eyelashes for y'all. Quit slamming your doors. I'm trying to film a video in here. Damn it. But anyways, I don't need to put on eyelashes right now because my sweet friend Andy let me be her eyelash model and try out these eyelash extensions. So I'm just loving my life right now. I'm loving how convenient everything is. I can literally wake up and do exactly what you see right here, finish up my foundation and bust out the door. Sometimes I don't even do that much, and it's glorious. But anyways, so with this same brush that I'm using right now, I'm gonna use these two colors right here, the same one we were just using, the MFEO and Pukey. Yum. And these first few shades, you feel like you're just doing the same-ish over and over and over, and really, you are. But it's worth it in the end. Just stay with me.
Good when I'm near you. I got the whole world in a rear view, but when you're here, I can feel you like a summer day in June. Migrate from the bad times now. Love crimes never held me down. We've been through all these grapevines. How we gonna...
Anyways, we're gonna just go back over with Pukey. gradually build this onto your eyelid. That's why we're doing this in these steps. You don't want to just go right in with your darkest shade without anything underneath it, because one, it's going to look super harsh and it's going to leave you with those fierce lines that just aren't in style anymore. The 2000s were a dark time. Alrighty. And y'all, we're on the Hot Mess Express right now. It looks messy, and that's okay. We're gonna clean it up with clean blending brushes, but right now we're just laying it on. I'm like, hi, I'm Alexis. I'm 5 years old, and I get distracted by cars driving down the road. Okay, so now I'm using just a clean blending brush, and I'm gonna go right out into these areas and just blend it down. This is a smaller blending brush, and it's got a nice tapered end, and it is the Morphe M573. And you know, just blend. Like, literally, you just gotta blend. You could sit here for 15 minutes just blending. So I'm actually going to use the Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to I'm going to pick up just Pukey. And really dab that off, sister. You can do it, sister. Suck it in. Okay, so with this, I'm going to start into my crease and really keep it nice and tight in there with the super, super light hand.
Find out true.
And we're going to stop just before we get to, I'd say about 2 centimeters from our, like, I know inches on math and shit. We're gonna stop with that, but just before we get to that inner corner. Babe, what are you doing? You made me nervous. Okay, we're gonna stop on just that, like, so if you're looking at yourself straight on, when you see the outside of your, I don't know how to describe this, because like if I say you're gonna stop at your inner corner, some of y'all are gonna go like all the way over here because that's not descriptive enough. You're gonna stop literally right here. Hold it up to your face where I'm holding it up and stop. Like the outside of the color of your eye. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a super duper smart individual, despite what I try to project. You can't be pretty and smart. I'm neither. Oh yeah, self-burn. Okay, using the Morphe M506, I'm gonna go into the Jaclyn Hill I'm the Gorgeous palette by Morphe. And pick up Smooth Criminal. And really, really, really tap that guy off, because you don't want to just, you don't want to go too heavy.
I like the birds and the bees, and we'll fill the sky with the songs and the trees, cause we're buzzing, buzzing, and we're humming, humming, and we're loving, loving all day. Flying high like the birds and the bees, and we're feeling alive while we float with the breeze, cause we're buzzing, buzzing, and we're humming, humming, and we're loving.
Okay, so now that I have done that, I'm going to do the same to the other eye, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so now that we have that on both eyes, I'm going to use the Morphe E18 brush, and I'm going to pick up Pukey once again. And I am just going to go right on my lower lash line.
All day, spread your wings when you're with me, girl. Take a trip, we can feel this world. Leave it all, watch your life unroll. Let these moments move. Love deeper than the blue.
Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of dust that brush and go back in and just kind of start blending it. And you don't want it to be a real harsh line. You just want it to be a nice smoky gesture. Like that. Okay guys, so now that I have my eyeballs on, the last thing that I'm going to do with my eyeshadow is use these shades in Light and Beam, which are these first two colors in the JH palette. And I'm going to once again pick up a nice small precise brush, and I'm going to use the E36 by Morphe. And once again, just dust those out and brush this onto the inner corner. And we will be highlighting these areas later, but this is just the final eyeshadow touch. And you really just want to bring everything together. You can use a bigger brush, but I personally like to use the smaller, more precise brush, because just so I know where I'm laying it. Okay, so that is all for my eyes for me. At the very end, I will put on some mascara on my lower lash line, but for right now, that is it. So what I'm going to do is set this. So now that I have concealed what I needed to on that lower half of my face, I am going to grab my setting powder and start to bake my face. Okay, so now that I have concealed that lower half of my face, I am going to go ahead and pick up my bronzer. And for my bronzer, I'm currently using the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. And I just use these two bottom shades to start. And kind of mix them together and then dust off the brush really well and carve out that face a little bit. So now that I have my face laid, I'm going to pick up my palette once again and go in with just this little khaki shade right here. In my opinion, it's a khaki shade. You can have your opinion, that's totally fine. I don't know everything that there is to know about makeup. So now that we have our little bake carved out, we're gonna work on snatching that nose, baby. So we're gonna pick up our contour palette once again and mixing those two lighter shades onto a Morphe E17 brush and really tapping that out. You are going to start at the tip of your nose and finish at the tip of your brow. And you're gonna follow that natural curve. Okay, so having laid that contour down, I am now going to pick up that Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH08 and just lightly blend out the lines that you've created. And it's okay if you get a little bit down on that side of your nose because we are going to also bake our nose. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want to try to keep it in place and just using very light hand blending it out. Okay, so now that I have done that, I'm going to set that contour palette back down and pick up my setting powder and on that very, very tight edge, laying it down. Okay, so picking it up once again on that tight edge. Y'all be careful. Yes. Okay, so now that we have our baking away, we have the cake in the mother freaking oven. We are going to pop on our blush, and I'm going to use the NARS Orgasm blush because, duh. And just gently brushing that onto the apples of my cheeks. And once you feel that you have a majority of that product that you have just beat off the brush, I feel like I have to sneeze, but it won't come out. There's like a wildfire like less than 30 miles away, and the smoke is really getting to me. Oh, I can't. Anyways, so once you have most of that product set onto the apples of your cheeks, just gently drag it towards your contour, making sure that you have everything nice and blend together. Blend out. I don't know, y'all. It's your Lexiism for the day.
That you see now, way above all the seas with our wings out. Good times, yeah, we got them on speed dial. Sun shining through.
Okay, you guys, that is it for this look. As you can see, I just popped on a little bit of highlighter on the bridge of my nose and on the insides of my eyelids. The inner corners of my eyelids. I don't know why I said it so weird. Whatever. So yeah, this is a great look for just every day, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're going. So yeah, make sure you try it out at home. Let me know if it works out for you, how you changed it up, how you made it your own, and make sure that you check out my next video for the second look that we are going to create. And I'm so excited to share with you guys. Again, I did not use any strip lashes today, but if you do, try out the look. I did not use any strip lashes today because of my eyelash extensions, but if you do use strip lashes, make sure you check out the Lily Lashes Goddess Lashes for this look. They're just a super light, they are a really light, just girly, flary cat eye look. I feel like they would just look super great with this look. But yeah, you don't even need to wear lashes with this look. Anyways, I'm just kind of rambling on at this point. Make sure you check out the next one. I love you. I'll see you guys later. Bye.